Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Closing Comments here on August 27th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what happened in the markets today. First up, we got our October live cattle. We did see this cattle market jump out to a hot start today, seeing early bids right above our bull pivot there and running all the way up to new all-time highs, printing at 242.07 on this October contract. Real solid rally, good strength out the gate by the bulls. Had a nice strong push up there early in the day, but we did run into some selling pressure late. Coming all the way back down and undercutting this 239 level briefly at the end of the day. We did see this market start to hold here in the 239 to 240 mark. So at the moment, we still have higher highs and higher lows intact here on this lower time frame. So at the moment, as long as we're trading above 238, we do expect to see this market keep on pushing up here into the 240s. However, we did see that selling pressure coming in hard here late in the day, and these long wicks up here after the end of at the top end of this big long rally we've seen up here at overextended levels. Could just see this market starting to run out of gas. Big picture uptrend still remains intact. In the event of dips, we still expect to see them be bought up and this uptrend to keep on rolling here into the fall. However, just in the near term, we are seeing this market pretty extended, and a little bit of that selling pressure here could be a sign that we could start to see this market cool off a little bit here in the near term. If we do start to get offers coming in below today's low at 237.65, we could see some volatility pick up, selling pressure come in, and see this market come back down here and try and get back down to the low 230s. This 20-day moving average is going to be the first stop, and these prior range highs right around the 232 to 233 area will be a good first stopping point on the way down. However, that's only if we get some offers coming in below this 237.65 mark. In the meantime, until we start to see offers rolling in below those levels, we expect to see this uptrend just keep on drifting higher. We are reaching up into some pretty overextended territory, so be ready for volatilities to keep increasing from here. So just be cautious of some wide daily ranges. Next up, we got our October live cattle. Same story over here today, coming out to a hot start, running all the way up to a new all-time high up there at 369.37 on this October contract. Real solid rally out the gate there, but like those fats, we did see that selling pressure coming in late. We did see this feeder market actually undercutting the opening range lows there late in the day, but ended up coming back and finding support, settling up there at the 364.65 mark. Good supportive action by that bull pivot here late in the day. At the moment, this feeder market also is seeing higher highs and higher lows on this lower time frame as well. So until we get an undercut of today's low and see trade back below 362.5, we expect to see this market keep drifting higher as the strength has been relentless and this market just could keep on going. We do just want to urge caution in the event of offers below today's low at 362.5, as we could see a pullback start to get underway here after this market has had about a 60-70 point run here in the last 2 months. So this market is definitely pushed up into some very overbought territory, and offers coming in below today's low could get a sell-off here, which would be a healthy pullback here for this market in this big picture uptrend. Dips are expected to be bought up in the event of one, but at the moment, we do expect to see this market keep on drifting higher. Just got to keep an eye on this pivot point and today's low as our line in the sand for the rest of the week. Next up, we got our December corn futures continuing with its downside today. Nice trade down here below our bear pivot there at 409 3/4, continuing with this follow through from yesterday's selling action. Good rejection late as we pushed up last week and early this week, seeing some good selling pressure up here below this declining 50-day moving average and this prior supply zone. Look for that selling pressure to keep on coming in. We should start heading down here towards the $4 mark as we head into the rest of the week and see this big picture downtrend continuing to new contract lows. Crude oil markets just continuing, just a nice low volatility trade here. Not a whole lot of excitement, just pulling back inside of the prior day's range a little bit. High of the day coming in right around this 20-day moving average. Bears still are on the have the wind at their backs here at the moment, as long as we're trading below the $65 mark and this 50-day moving average. We do expect to see this slow bleed continue, but this market just has very little excitement to it at the moment, very little volatility. So look for the slow bleed to continue or just a continued choppy action here in the 60s, in the low 60s. Last but not least, our equity markets seeing just a little bit of back and forth action today. We did see a nice push up into that 6,500 level briefly into the close today. Had a couple attempts at it before we did see a bit of a rejection. This market pushing all the way back down here to the 64.60 mark, finding support there after the bell. We did see Nvidia earnings today, which was off a little bit, and so that took the market with it. We did see a brief sell-off initially, but no downside is expected to continue from this. We do expect to see this market continue its rally. At the moment, just had to eat a little bit of that downside from that miss on the Nvidia earnings, or just a reaction to the earnings, that is. Pretty good selling pressure there coming in late, but still constructive action. This market continuing to work higher. The Nasdaq was briefly up there, making new weekly highs today as well before the Nvidia earnings, and the Dow definitely the strongest of the group as it has the least amount of weighting in that with Nvidia. So nice upside here today, continuing back up there towards those all-time highs. A little bit of a pause day here today as we digest those earnings, but be looking for these equity markets and equity indexes to keep on climbing up in new all-time highs. That's all I got for today. Everyone have a good night.